Hello everybody and welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Last time, well, we beat the champion and ended off the main adventure, which is pretty darn exciting if I do say so myself. We're now the Pokemon League Champions. And today, guys, well, it's the beginning of the post-game. So, before we go any further, I do have to make a quick addendums here. I know it's so annoying when you see people do that, when they take too long to, like, get into the know-hows of the video games, but I want to bring this up right here. I made a bit of an I accidentally deleted the file from today's video from a week ago, and, well, here I am doing it all over again. And unfortunately, I saved at that point that I ended off that video. So instead, we're going to be showing you a couple of things that I can't show you right now. And then we can just move on from there. Don't worry, it's not a whole lot. It's just a little bit of explaining. But there is one in particular that I'm pretty sure most people will be upset that it didn't happen. First off is that when you try to get into downstairs, you'll be encountered by Trace, just like in the first episode. Where he would say, like, hey, there's some really strong, powerful Pokemon over in Cerulean Cave. Want to go ahead and see that? So he tells you about that important destination there. That is something that we're not going to be encountering for quite a long time. You're going to need some high-level Pokemon to get in there. And like you see from my team, they're really not up to par with that. They're in their mid-50s, as you can see right there. Well, except for Taco. He's almost at level 60 million rockstar. So yeah, we're going to be doing that another time. So that's one thing that we could do in the post-game. In addition to that, upon leaving your home, you'll have the air of the feel of being like, oh, we're about ready to start our brand new adventure. How great is that? But then this little run over here from Route 1 decides like, oh, hey, while you're being interrupted, I'm going to tell you something very important. The bastard. Yeah, he tells you that there's a new group of people that just spawned all across Kanto called Master Trainers. Basically, these are trainers that have mastered a certain Pokemon to high up levels, and you gotta defeat them, and you'll be rewarded. How so? Well, you'll see. Just so you know, you gotta defeat 6 of these Master Trainers in order to get something special out of it. These Master Trainers are incredibly difficult, so really you gotta watch out for that. I'm not gonna be doing those quite yet, but as we're traveling through the Kanto region, I'm gonna be showing you where these trainers are, should you ever be curious about that. I'll also be telling you what moves they have at the moment, but I think we're going to be saving that for a special video, just so you know. There's also another thing that can be mentioned now. We now have the ability to fly. No, not just the Eevee fly, that's the Skydrop or whatever it's actually called. Well, I think it's best that I show you. You go in your Pokemon box, you pick out a Pokemon that's able to have a flying animation such as Charizard or Aerodactyl or Pidgeot or anything like that. You add them to your party. We'll just say Taco for right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Taco. I'm so sorry. You do that, Taco's still there, which is interesting. But if you go to your party, you have one of these Pokemon that lets you fly on their back. Take out their Pokeball. Fucho! Whoa, check that out. You can now fly high to the skies. Look at that. I can overcome a house. A full house. Just barely over a house. You can probably just, like, land on it and we're just fine. So what's the point of this? Well, the point of this is that you can encounter Pokemon high up in the sky. They can range from a bunch of Pidgeys, or any Pokemon have a sort of, flying animations from with you prior to that, any sort of thing like that, which is really cool. But you can also encounter a whole bunch of other different Pokemon as well. And when you know it, there are actually quite a few of them. Oh, hey, check it out. There's a flying animation right there. Whoosh! Does it have a cool flying animation for being captured? No, it does not, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. How lame is that? We're in the after games. We're expecting some cool stuff to happen, and that's the kind of thing that happens. You do have access to some really awesome Pokemon that can be found through these things, but unfortunately they are incredibly rare. They're classified as rare spawns, and therefore you're pretty much going to be needing a lure to get them. I know, what a shame. Whoa, that looked really weird. I know, it's such a huge shame, but hey, rare spawns aren't too terribly hard to actually come across, so hey, there's a bonus for you there. Anyways, we're just gonna get Taka back into the party right here. Boop-a-da-bow. Anyways, like I said, there's actually some new Pokemon that can be found here while you're out there while flying out in, well, Highlands there. By the way, here's a Master Trainer for an Abra, should you ever want to go ahead and fight that. Those new Pokemon contains of Pidgeot. Basically, it's Pidgeotto, but a lot stronger. It's fast, bulky, does okay damage, it's basically all about utility. Pidgeot does have access to its Mega Evolve form, which I'll be getting to in a little bit. It's basically a special sweeper in high cases, and wouldn't you know it, that greatly complements itself because it gets access to Air Slash and Heat Wave. There's also U-Turn and Roost if that also tickles the fancy as well. Like I said, not horrible Pokemon, but if you really want to bring out its true potential, you're definitely going to be needing to Mega Evolve it constantly just to get it to be overpowered as heck. Just saying that much. And speaking about the Pokemon that can evolve, wouldn't you know it, you can find the fully evolved Charizard. Charizard is Game Freak's golden child because they never wanted to be bad. And wouldn't you know it, it's good. Has access to two Mega Evolutions. Mega Charizard Y is basically a buffed up regular Charizard, just an incredibly powerful special sweeper and remains being a fire and flying type. Whereas Mega Charizard X, however, becomes a dragon and fire type and becomes a mixed attacker sort of things. Both of these options are very great. As Charizard by itself, it's a pretty decent special sweeper and has access to some good TM coverage moves as well. So if that tickles your fancy, might as well go ahead and try it out if you want. You also have access to Fire Fang and Thunder Fang if that also interests you, as well as Flare Blitz and even Dragon Claw and stuff and moves like that and hoodly badoodlies. Oh yeah, and also Thunder Punch too if that also tickles your fancy as well. Why do I keep saying tickle my fancy? That sounds weird. And as for the other Pokemon you can find over there, balls flying high into the skies, well, it's none other than not just this Pidgey Master Trainer, but actually, it's going to be Dragonite. Yeah, didn't expect me to hear me say that, didn't you? Dragonite, as we all know, is a very powerful Pokemon. The only Dragon type that does not require evolutions or, trading. Fitting. Dragonite is a very powerful physical attacker, but can also function very well as a mixed attacker while also having good bulk. And hey, if type coverage tickles your fancy, and you have a heart scale, hey, there is always the elemental punches if that ever tickles your fancy. Again, there I go with tickling your fancy. That sounds really wrong, and I should be stopped saying that. But Dragonite has the best cover, some of the best coverage around, if that so interests you, and has no really terrible stats. Not much else to say here. It's always been good. Now, that's all fine and good for Pokemon you can find here. By the way, that's Weedle Trainer right over there. That's all fine and dandy and whatnot. But what's the real prize about flying high into the sky? Well, I'm pretty surprised to tell you that you can actually find the Kanto legendary birds there. The reason why they do that is, one, have shiny forms, and two, so you can get the correct nature that you want. That's pretty much all there is. They are incredibly rare, some of the rarest Pokemon ever across this entire game, so good luck trying to find them if that so interests you, especially when you're trying to bring up a combo and getting shiny forms off of these Pokemon. So, yeah. Not saying that it's impossible, mind you, but hey, a guy can always dream, is that right? Or girl, or whoever else you want to be. And there is a Pikachu training right over there, which is something to keep in mind should you want to master those. I'm probably going to go for the ones that have mastered Pokemon that I have. The 6 that I have. Which is why they say master 6 Pokemon, right? You gotta beat 6 Master Trainers in order to get something special, which is what I am inferring to for the most part. But as you can see, this is how the aftergame is going to be covered. I'm just going to be going across Kanto, double checking anything that I've missed, such as this Butterfree trainer right over here, if that interests you. And there's also something else in particular, too, that you can also do as well. As well as a few other notions here is there as well. And there, with that Spearow trainer right there. There should be a couple of other trainers as well. And by the way, Gloom trainer right over there. There was an item over here. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was like a PP upper or something along those lines. I never knew that was there. It was only until my scrap recording of this video that I actually found that. And I didn't notice that when I first entered Pewter City back in episode, what, 4 now it was? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And what? You thought Master Trainers would only be required to be seen here only on routes? Well, guess again, boys and girls. Because Master Trainers are everywhere, so keep your eyes close and keep your ears closer, I guess. I don't know where I was going off with. But here's the most important thing here. You are actually able to rematch the Kanto gym leaders once per day. Yeah, how cool is that? And that's one of the many things that I'm going to be showing you right here. We're here in Pewter City, and there's a gym here. Why don't we go ahead and talk to old Brocky Boy over here and see what he's got for a rematch. You sure look different from when we first met. I have a request for you since you're now the Pokemon League champion. Truth is, gym leaders have the right to challenge the champion. Please allow me the privilege of facing you in battle once again. Allow me to show you the true rock hard or Brock hard strength of my Brockamon. Yeah, I can't really say it's a Brockamon, but you know, we're gonna go with it. His Brockamon. These are way more buffed up than you would have expected. His team consists of 5. All trainer gym leaders have 5 Pokemon these days and have full movesets. Who would have thunk? Starting us off here with Onyx, being level 56 Rock and Ground type, Stealth Rock, Iron Tail, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. Again, do not let him set up Stealth Rock because, well, you know, Stealth Rock is bad because that will hurt any Pokemon that are weak to it pretty harshly. Especially if you're a Charizard user, but then again, why would you want to go against the Charizard against this thing, or better yet, even a bug flying type like Butterfree? What would be wrong with you there? Next up is going to be Golem. I was going to suggest bringing out, you know what? Fine, whatever. Let's go ahead and do that. Bring out Bob. Have him become Mega Evolved for the duration of the battle, because Brock is definitely the easiest of the gym leaders. As cool and badass as he is, unfortunately, he is terribly easy. I know, what a shame. Anyways, Golem is level 57 Rock Ground type with Earthquake, Rock Slide, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch. So it's got coverage there. But of course, it's really slow, can't take special hits for crap, and nothing else special going on right over there. Whoop-boosh! I bet some people are probably mad that I didn't Mega Evolve Venusaur during that champion battle, but hey, I'm seeing people are enjoying the video, so can I really call that a bad thing? Not really at all. Almastar is up next. Alright, keep on going. That's a quad weakness to grass. Almastar is level 56 Rock Water type with Blizzard, Hydro Pump, Seismic Toss, and Reflect. Mega Drain. Easiest choice ever. Kerchow. He's got 2 Pokemon left, so let's see what else he's got. And by the way, Bob is now level 57. Always appreciate that. Next up is going to be Aerodactyl. This is probably the good time to actually start switching out of here. We're going to go over to Daisy here. Because, well, why not? Daisy is one of my most reliable Pokemon. Alright, Brockinator, bring out your Aerodactylator. Aerodactyl, level 56 Rock Flying type, Crunch, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Iron Tail. No access to Elemental Fangs in this game, which is a bit unfortunate for Aerodactyl, but hey, at least it's got good coverage. You know, for the most part. Let's go ahead and use Surf Attack. Please don't flinch. Okay, good, thanks. Whoop-pow! Oh, forgot to mention that Aerodactyl does have good bulk and also a pretty decent enough HP stat. How much you bet I'm gonna flinch here? Yeah, I called it. I call these things so well, don't I? I'm so good at calling these things out. That's right, Brock. I'm calling you out. I'm calling out the Brockinator. Or whatever, you know. Oh! Time my shouts. Nice. Love seeing that. You're just gonna constantly keep using Rock Slide. You know, you do have Crunch and Earthquake. I'm not resistant to those. You know that. Although many people be confused with the fact that Golduck is part Psychic type. Nope, it's a pure Water type. It just has the capabilities to use Psychic type moves because of Psyduck's chronic headaches. And his last Pokemon is going to be Kabutops. I don't know why to say it like that. I usually say Kabutops, but you know, whatever. Tomato, tomato, potato, tomato, tomato, potato. Potato, tomato, tomato, potato. Alright, his last Pokemon, Kabutops, level 56 Rock Water type, X-Scissor, Rock Slide, Aqua Jet, and Brick Break. Not too bad for Kabutops, mind you, but obviously I'm going to be beating you. Why? Because I'm just that amazing. Oh, my ego boost is just off the charts right now. And there it goes. Brock has been defeated. Now take your scissor hands away from me. Take away your Eduardo. I knew you were strong, but this? I know, right? I'm just so amazing. I've chosen to postpone my dream of becoming a Pokemon breeder just for a little bit longer. Right now, I'm more interested in training to grow strong enough to one day face and defeat you. Please battle me every day so I can grow even stronger. Exactamundo. So that's basically how it is. Each gym trainer or each gym leader wants to go ahead and fight you again. And when you know it, we're going to be going ahead and doing that as we explore through Kanto. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, after all the basics of what I'm going to be doing during this after game, we're going to be continuing our trek down these routes and show you what else that is brand new in all these areas. Alright? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys here next time for more Let's Go Eevee. Bye!